So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the OBJ because that is what we're going to use for our digital item that fits Daz, that fits our Daz character. So I'm going to show you how to add that to a Daz3D model, okay? All right, so when you download your OBJ file, it's going to give it to you as a zip file, and when you extract that file, you're going to end up with this Daz folder. And inside of this Daz folder, you'll see both men and women. So you could take this same template that we showed you how to use in the PNG or the PSD format and use it for both the men and the women, but you're gonna have to use a separate file depending on if you're gonna have a man or a woman model that's gonna be wearing it for the actual avatar. So this is if you're gonna use this in a 3D environment on an avatar in a Daz environment, you're gonna have to choose between men and women. So in this case, we're gonna choose men for the demo, and you can see it has different maps in here and different files in here. You don't need the other one, anything other than this unisex T OBJ, and then also the template that we already made. Okay, you already have an edited template. It's the same template that you're gonna find in here. You could add the normals, you could add, the other stuff could be utilized, but you don't necessarily need to upload anything there. But when you open your OBJ, it doesn't really matter because whenever you open an OBJ file, it automatically reads any files that are with it that have the same name and that are going to be associated with it. So when we open this up in Daz, it's automatically going to see the other files there, and it's going to associate it with that. So you're not going to have to do anything. Okay, so now that we got that downloaded, I'm just going to show you how to get that added to a Daz character. So I have Daz Studio opened here, and Daz is 100% free, and there are some purchases and some upgrades that you could get, but it's 100% free to use. You should be using it already if you want to use avatars. You don't have to use it for at all, ever, but I would highly recommend it just to get your clothes on avatars. It just makes them a lot more functional and useful, okay? So then you come over here in Daz, you're going to click on Figures, and then you're going to see this Genesis 8 Starter Essentials. You might have other stuff in here, but you're definitely not going to have as much as I do. And you're going to click on that. And because we have our male figure or our male shirt that we're going to use, or that we've chosen the male shirt, we want to come over here to Genesis 8 Basic Male. That's what we're going to fit this to. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, double click it, and it's going to bring your avatar out here. It's going to place it here on the viewport, and there he is there. And so to bring in your shirt, what you're going to do is you're going to click on File, and you're going to click on Import, and then you see here it automatically went to the file, the location where I had it, but you're going to want to navigate to that download that you had, the exported file. And again, we're choosing the male here, but you could have chose a woman, and then we're going to choose that object, that OBJ file. And then it pops open this little window over here, and there's nothing that you want to do here. We've already set it up exactly how it's supposed to be, so you don't have to do anything here. So you're just going to go ahead and hit accept. And boom, it put the shirt on your model. And see, it fits it perfectly. It fits him perfectly, right? So now the next thing that we want to do, because let's say we want to pose this guy. Let's say we put him into a pose. His shirt leaves him. He leaves the shirt, and now he's laying here on the ground. So we don't want that to happen. We want to lock the shirt to our character. And the way to do that is you're going to come over here on the right hand side, you're going to click on Scene, and you're going to highlight both of these. Just shift and select, that's your male, your Genesis 8 male character and your shirt. You're going to select both of them, and then you're going to come over here to Edit, and then click Edit, and then go down to Object, Transfer Utility. What you're doing is you're transferring the rigging and the posing and animation, and all the bones that are inside of the avatar, you're transferring that to the shirt to where now it sticks. So where whenever the avatar moves, the shirt follows along, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna transfer from the source item is gonna be your Genesis 8 male, the guy that you wanna transfer it from. And then the scene item, the item that you wanna transfer it to, is gonna be the t-shirt, the unisex tee. And then you hit accept. Let it do its thing, and now it's done. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on a pose again, and boom, now he's laying down with his shirt on. He's just chilling on the beach, just checking out the scene, and checking out the view down there with his shirt. It fits nice, right? It went with him. It's got the wrinkles. It's looking good, right? That's what you want, and that's the power of Daz, and that's why you need to be learning Daz, is because you can take your wearables, put them on this guy, and make him wear it. Now you may be wondering, well, what about my design? My design's not on there. Yeah, your design's not on there, but watch this. All I have to do is come down to this shirt, select the shirt, and I'm going to scroll down on this bottom section. I'm going to come over here to surfaces, okay? And in the surfaces section, you see right here, unisex tee. I'm going to click on unisex tee. And then you see your base color map. Okay, this is really important right here. Unisex tee, that's the t-shirt, base color map. You want to make sure that unisex tee is selected because you have a base color map for every object that will be in your scene. You want to make sure that you have the right one selected, which is the shirt. And then you want to make sure that you come down to base map, and you're going to click on that drop-down menu, and you'll see browse. That is where you're going to look for, or how you're going to look for your templates. So I'm going to come back over here to my downloads where I have my templates from earlier. And let's just pick a random one. I don't know which one this is because I didn't name it right. So I'm just going to pick that one, and I'm going to click open. And look at that. It just automatically put it on the guy, right? Let's just move this around so we can see it. It automatically put it on my shirt. I didn't have to do anything else with it. It's there. It's you know, just laid it right on top of him. And I could go back and I could switch that. I could choose a different one. I could go browse and I could choose my other one. Let's see what this other one was. There we go. Now this one has a little shininess to it, and you can see the little dots there. Remember, this one had the black sleeves. It had the black gray back, and you know, those little dots, right? But it looks a little glossy for some reason, and I don't know why it's automatically just changed it like that for some reason. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here and we're going to change this glossiness down. Okay, that's all you gotta do. Glossiness layer. There's other things you could do here. You could play around this and see what happens. There's like translucency, diffuse. There's all these other things down in here. Feel free to adjust these, play around with it. But the glossy is what got rid of the glossiness, right? Obviously, it's gonna be glossiness, right? So that was gonna be the obvious one to look for, and that's it. That shirt is there. You know, it's that simple, all right? So what you could do now is dress up your whole scene, get some clothes on him, but you know, get him into a scene and export it and use it however you want from there. But that's it, that's all. I'm gonna leave it with that and get into the next training.